Hey everyone, today I'm just filming a chatty get ready with me just on this look here. It is just my more natural sort of makeup with just quite glowy skin and a pretty simple eye. So if you want to watch me do my makeup while answering some of your questions from Instagram, then just keep on watching. Missing someone. My mirror is just beside the camera here, so if I'm looking over that direction, that's why. First thing I usually do will be just to brush up my eyebrows a bit. I've realised that none of you have seen me without really overgrown eyebrows because I've only started doing YouTube in lockdown. They're usually not this messy. I have so many hairs underneath here. I usually get HD brows done. I'm kind of liking the more fluffy look at the minute, but just all those stray hairs underneath are really starting to do my head in. My skin is absolutely atrocious at the minute. So I'm just starting off with my Makeup Forever Aqua Brow in the shade 25. I use this all the time. I've been using it for well over a year now. It's just like this, it's just like a liquidy sort of stuff, and it dries waterproof. So when I'm doing a more fluffy brow, I will just define the arch a bit more. My eyebrows kind of do have a defined arch. They're even better whenever I've got my HD brows done, but at the minute they're just kind of a mess. And then just the same on the other one. I like to do it like step by step on each brow rather than doing one full one and then moving on to the next one, because you're more likely to get it more symmetrical if you do it this way. Well, I think so anyway. I cannot wait to get my eyebrows sorted out. Like, I haven't had them done since March. I've been getting my eyebrows waxed since I was literally like P7, so it's probably the longest I've went without getting them done since then. Just to make them a bit more symmetrical, I just like going back to the other one just to touch up a bit. So I suppose I should probably start answering some of these questions I've been asked on Instagram. The first thing someone said was, can you talk about your uni experience, what you studied and why you dropped out? I went to University of Stirling to study business and Spanish originally, and I ended up just not liking the Spanish side of it. Like, I didn't really feel like I was learning anything new from A level, and also it wasn't just like the Spanish language you were learning, it was about like the culture of like Latin America and stuff like that. And we learned about like Frida Kahlo, and we did like a few movies and stuff, so it was like more literature. And like, I don't think I would have minded if it was just the language, but whenever I had to start doing the culture, I was like, if I wanted to do this, I would have done history. Like, I hated history in school, so I didn't want to learn about the history of Latin America either. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so I started off doing business with Spanish in second year, then I dropped it and I just changed my degree to business studies. And again, it just wasn't what I was expecting it to be. Like, we started doing this module in September called the Organisation of Business, and the lecturer was like really strict. Like I don't know like what other unis are like, but Stirling wasn't overly strict on you attending lectures. Like, they had this thing called Listen Again, where the lectures were recorded anyway, so it just meant that if you couldn't attend a lecture for any reason, you could always listen to it online. But yeah, this lecturer decided that he wasn't going to do that, and apart from that, like, I just didn't find the module interesting at all. It was more history again rather than business. I don't know. The other thing as well is I didn't really like the area that I went to uni in. Like, it was a really last minute decision for me to move away, so I never actually looked into the area and what the nightlife etc was like. Like, I kind of rushed into it, and when I got there, like, I didn't realise there was only 2 clubs, and the 2 clubs that were there were awful. Like, honestly, they played the same playlist every single night in the same order, and I'm not even joking. So I wasn't really inclined to go out really as well, so when everyone else was going out. And I feel like whenever you're at uni, to maintain friendships, you do need to like keep going out, and I just really didn't enjoy it, and I was like, I'm not wasting my money on it if I don't enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? So my uni experience in itself, like, I didn't find uni hard. Like, I didn't find it much different than I did to school. First year from upper sixth wasn't a big jump at all, in my opinion, and I feel like it's because, like, in Scotland you can go to uni when you're 17, whereas we've got 2 years of A levels before. So I think that first year uni in Scotland is sort of the equivalent of like upper sixth. I don't know, like, that's just my opinion, but I didn't really learn anything new. But yeah, like I was doing well and stuff, like I was getting good grades and all that. I wasn't failing anything or anything like that. Like I know a lot of people drop out because they're struggling, but I was okay that way. It was just purely after I came home for Christmas this year, and it was just like every time I was coming home and going back to Scotland again, I was crying my eyes out every time I left my mum and dad at the airport, which I just thought wasn't worth it. Like there was clearly something not right if I was really that unhappy going back to it. Obviously I had my boyfriend there as well, which honestly, if I didn't have him, I feel like I would have dropped out a lot sooner. I just got to the point where I was going into uni by myself and not really enjoying the subjects that I was doing. But yeah, I had like a job and stuff over there. It was good. Like I loved everyone at my job. I was really, really sad to leave them. But it just got to the point where I was crying like every day. I missed home and I was like, do you know what? It's just not worth it anymore. You gotta do what makes you happy. And I was thinking as well, I was like, why am I even doing this degree? I don't even know what job I want to do. Like I was kind of just doing business because it's quite a broad subject, but I still don't know what I want to do. And I just knew my passion kind of lay with makeup. Like obviously I said in my get to know me video, like I'm wanting to do a lot more training so I can get better and start doing more clients. So I was like, I want to be my own boss. If you have a clear path for your career, I'm really jealous of you. I haven't a clue what I want to do yet. I probably should look into getting a full-time job just for the meantime until I work out what it is exactly I want to do, because I don't think makeup's a very realistic thing for me at the minute, because obviously because of lockdown and all that, I can't be practicing on people anyway, so I'm gonna need to just get like a stepping stone job until I decide what I want to do, because honestly I have no idea. So yeah, I moved home in March. I wouldn't say I had a negative experience. Like I don't regret it at all. Like I don't regret moving to Scotland. Like it gave me a fresh start. Like when I finished school, I did really just want a fresh start. I wanted to meet new people. I wanted just like a clean slate, and it did give me that, and I did really enjoy it for the first 6 months, I would say. After a while I just started thinking this isn't for me. Like halls and all was good, loved everyone in my halls. The only thing is though, like after Christmas, a lot of the time, like I would have had to keep my plates in all my room. Like people were starting to like take my food, take my plates and stuff like that. So I ended up not staying in halls very much. It wasn't a happy place for me. I would stay with my boyfriend all the time just because I felt like people were starting to take the piss, and as if it was just like some joke behind my back, and everyone found it funny except me. And our halls were absolutely disgusting as well. Like there were squirrels in the kitchen and stuff. Like I moved home in March. I'm glad I did. I obviously miss my boyfriend huge amount. But now I'm just going to take my Makeup Forever brow gel in the shade 35. It's just like a dark brown colour, and I kind of do need to repurchase this. I'm starting to run out. And I just run it through the hairs just to brush them up a bit. I'm going to do the soap brows at the end just because I don't want to get any powder on them and stuff. Favourite makeup look you've done? There was a makeup look I did just after I moved home. I was going to my friend Shan's birthday and I was so proud of it. Like, I still can't believe I achieved it. I was like, oh, I didn't think I could do makeup that good, like not to brag. But it was like this lilac cut crease with like red and orange in the crease. And I just got the cut crease so clean. Like eyeshadow is one thing I really struggle with, but I just got it so clean and I just couldn't believe I achieved that, and I'm still really happy about it till this day. Right, I really need to actually go on with my makeup because I'm just going off on a tangent as usual. Can't wait to cover these spots. It's an actual mess at the minute. The foundations I'm going to be using are the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Ivory, and as always Makeup Forever Ultra HD in the shade Y345, which I know is again way too dark for me, but I can't be bothered tanning and I'll just blend it down my neck. I've just got into this lazy habit of just doing that, and I just can't be bothered tanning. I hate it. I hate the smell of it. I hate how it goes all over my bed. Like it's just so much effort and I just cannot be bothered, so sorry. So don't come at me if this foundation is way darker than the rest of me. Like I know it is. Next question. Do you want kids? I honestly don't know yet. Like, not gonna lie, kids really annoy me. I feel like I've had a bad experience with people's kids. Like, I love my friend Chloe's son Blake. Like, I'm literally his auntie. I love him so much and he's adorable. But like, I like babies to look at. But you see, like, it's good the way you can like hand them back. I just don't know if I would have the patience for kids. And like, see these parents that just let their kids be wee and just don't discipline them. That does my head in. Like, I know it's obviously easier said than done. Like, I've never had a child myself, so I don't know. But I just do my head in. I don't know. Like, obviously it would be different if it was your own kid. And obviously further down the line I probably will want my own, but at the minute absolutely not. I'm just not good with kids at all. See, especially like babies are fine, but I find that I think they're really, really fragile. I hate lifting babies because I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna break you. And I always feel like I'm gonna hurt them or something. Toddlers annoy me. Like, there are really cute ones if they're like well behaved and stuff. But just the ones that are really badly behaved do my head in. In conclusion, I might want kids in the future, but at the minute, absolutely not. What made you want to start a YouTube channel? I don't really know, to be honest. Like, basically, like, I've always liked makeup, and obviously the first video I did was I think it was the blue cut crease makeup look. I filmed that blue cut crease and edited it and stuff, and I just really, really enjoyed editing it. When my boyfriend and I went on holiday, both times I did like a wee mini travel vlog sort of thing, so I just like videoed us doing different things and put it together on iMovie just on my phone and added music to it, and I really enjoyed doing that, but I'd never done it on my laptop or anything. So it wasn't until I did that blue cut crease video that I did it on my laptop and realised there's so much more you can do on iMovie on your laptop. So I just really enjoyed doing that, and like, I've never really had a hobby. Like, obviously I've said like I enjoy doing makeup, but not really on myself. So it's just given me something to do like during lockdown. It was purely because I was bored to start off with, but no, I just really enjoy it. And I love whenever it all just comes together at the end, like the finished product, and you're all proud of it. And I don't know, that's why I started YouTube, basically just because I really enjoyed the editing side of it, and it gives me something to do. So yeah. Who's your favourite Animal Crossing character? On my island at the minute, my favourite Animal Crossing character is Ozzy. He is a wee koala, and he is adorable. And the fact his name's Aussie, like as in Australia, because koalas are from Australia, I just think that's adorable. Favourite thing about lockdown versus worst thing about lockdown? Honestly, like, I've actually quite enjoyed lockdown. Like, obviously it's awful, like the reasoning behind why we are in lockdown, like coronavirus has been absolutely terrible, and it's affected everyone so badly mental health wise and stuff from being stuck in the house. Personally, I'm the type of person, like, I really enjoy sitting in the house and just like being in my own company. Like, I don't really mind just sitting about doing nothing, whereas like a lot of people I know like are itching to get out and get back to normal. But I've kind of just enjoyed like not having a routine. Also, like, just being able to like not have to set alarms and stuff, and being able to wake up at whatever time. It's also helped me lose weight because I used to sleep until about 12, so then I had breakfast and then it would be late enough that I could just wait until dinner, so I would kind of like miss a meal, and I know that's not good, but it's worked. So oh my god, I'm so aware that my neck is just not the same colour, but it's fine. The worst thing about lockdown, not being able to see my boyfriend. He came here in March and I got to see him for a week, and he ended up going back to Scotland the day before EasyJet landed all their flights. So if he had stayed an extra day, he would have been stuck with me for 3 months straight, which I wouldn't have been complaining about. And just wee things like not being able to just go to Starbucks or just go for a Nando's or just something. It's just like wee things that you take for granted, like being able to go for cocktails or whatever, just like nothing being open. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? I would really like to try living in Australia. My mum did it when she was like 21, I think, so just a wee bit older than me. I just really love to experience it, but the one thing that kind of puts me off is the travelling. Like, I've never travelled on a plane for more than 4 hours. I just think I would love to have been born in Australia, like just the fact that it's sunny all the time. Obviously there's all the like tarantulas and all that and snakes. It's sunny, you're tanned, you've got beaches, like it's just such a nice climate. You get the best accent ever. Oh my god, I would just love to live in Australia. I would love to have been born into Australia. Another question is, what do you have on your pizza? I'm quite fussy. Like, I would usually, see if I was ordering from Domino's, I would just get a margarita, or if I'm getting like a Goodfellas pizza or something, I do like pepperoni and I like Hawaiian as well. Pineapple does go on pizza, but I don't like any of those toppings like mushrooms or anything like that. I'm quite a fussy eater. What's your biggest regret in your life so far? I would say not knowing my worth. Honestly, all through school I just didn't know my worth, and I put up with a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have. Wasted quite a lot of time. And I could have been so much happier if I had known at the time that I deserved a lot more in different aspects of my life. But I want to say, like, knowing my worth a lot sooner, because it would have saved me a lot of sadness, and I think I would have had a lot happier like teenage years. I don't really regret anything. Like, as I said, like, obviously I moved home from Scotland, but I don't regret it at all because it gave me my relationship with Carrick and I met a lot of amazing people. And it gave me a fresh start when I really needed it. Lucie has asked me favourite drunk story. If you haven't checked out Lucie Baxter's YouTube channel yet, you definitely should. And also my friend Ash McAleer's channel. I'll link them both below. I'm going to answer this question now. Funniest drunk story. There's one that always sticks with me, right? A couple of years ago, it was my friend's birthday and she arranged for us to do the beer bike in Belfast. It's like this moving bar and you sit on the side of it and you pedal and pedal and it like you drive around Belfast in it basically, but you're doing all the work, but you drink as well like while you're doing it. I had this bottle of like Tesco's own vodka. When I tell you I don't remember that night, I don't remember that night. I originally was meant to just go for the beer bike and then they were going to Ollie's after. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go home at like 11 because I'm working 10 to 6 tomorrow. Long story short, I got absolutely steaming. I am actually still sure that I got spiked, definitely, because we were all way too drunk for what we had actually like drunk. We hadn't drunk that much. I got to 11, I was obviously absolutely steaming. I was like, yeah, let's go. I'm just gonna go to the club. I was literally wearing like mom jeans and this wee top and Vans, and Ollie's is the type of club like you needed to wear like dress and heels to get into, so I still don't know how I got in. So we got in and I think we had like free Prosecco and stuff like that, like when you got in there. And I just have videos of like us lying in the booth, like, do you know, like in the booths you've got like sofa sort of things, like all of us were absolutely out of it. Like honestly, that's why I think we got spiked, because we hadn't even drunk that much. And I was like taking videos, just being an absolute freak. Oh my god. Me and Casey and Chelsea ended up getting this taxi bus home. We had to beg this taxi guy to take us home. We were like, oh my god, my friend's too drunk, we need to get home. So like the three of us in this like 8-seater taxi, and I woke up the next day at 10 past 10. Phone was on 9% or something, and I was fully clothed, full face of makeup. Bearing in mind I was meant to be working at 10 o'clock with 2 missed calls from my work. That is like the funniest but also the scariest drunkest story. When I got home, I was like literally projectile vomiting like 10 times. Like, this is what I mean. And I was shaking like uncontrollably. Definitely got spiked. I don't know who would have done it. Someone asked me where I get my inspiration for my makeup looks. There's a girl on Instagram that works in Studio A in Belfast called Aideen Morgan, I think her name is. She does the most amazing makeup looks, so I do take inspiration from her. Stacey Marie, obviously, like I love her palette, so I do get inspiration from her, but all her looks are so complex, like there's no way I could ever do them. My boyfriend's twin sister Amber is an amazing makeup artist as well. I do get some inspiration from her as well. Oh no. Do you know what? I might just do a wee wing actually as well. Oh, look at Amy Winehouse. I found these lashes yesterday that I forgot I had, and they're from this brand called Girls with Attitude, and I just literally got them in Savers, and I just used the Duo lash glue. It says on that thing, do not freeze. Like, why would I plan on freezing a tube of lash glue? Do you ever get when the like inner corner of your lash goes all wet? I hate that. This is why I wear lashes even when I've like no other makeup on. Like, it just makes me look so much more presentable. Someone asked me my favourite high-end and lower-end products. My favourite low-end products would probably be the Revolution concealers. I love those. For high-end, actually anything Makeup Forever, like I've got the foundation and the brow products, and I don't think I would use anything else. So I'm just taking my setting spray, which I've barely any left of. See, when it's like running out, it like squirts all these big splats on my face. Oh, there's big splats on my face. You can probably see it on my forehead there. And for highlighter, I always just use this Doll Light Duo. It obviously shows up a bit more if I like do that wee mini dermaplaning thing, which I will be doing this week probably. And if I do, I will film it because it's the most satisfying thing you've ever seen in your life. Like all the peach fuzz just coming off. I'm seeing Carrick for the first time on Sunday, for the first time in 12 weeks. Oh, and our holiday's cancelled. I'm just taking my MAC stripped down lip pencil. I'm the queen of dropping things. We were booked to go to Tenerife in July through TUI or TUI, whatever you call them. As far as we were concerned, our holiday was going ahead. And I don't know what made me do this, but the other day I went onto our hotel's website and I go on and they're like, good news, we're reopening on the 1st of August. And me and Carrick are meant to be checking in on the 21st of July. I'm using Jamie Genevieve's tip, right? I don't know if any of you have watched her TV show that she's been doing in lockdown. She said basically you do your lip liner, but instead of like going in the shape of like your Cupid's bow, you do like a straight line across, and it pulls your lips up a bit and makes them look a bit more plump. So this is the Peaches and Cream lip gloss that I talked about in my mini summer haul in the shade Bambi. Oh, that smells nice. Ignore my mustache, please. Like, I'm waiting until the middle of this week to do it because obviously I'm going over to see Carrick, so I will demanify myself before that because I've just like completely let myself go during lockdown. So I am aware I have a mustache, but it will be gone by this week. So basically I just get this Pears like transparent soap and I spray my setting spray, and I just get a spoolie. I've got these wee disposable spoolies, and you just kind of like press it in and just like rub it about a bit until it turns into like a paste. Try and get the excess off, but I kind of just leave it sometimes. Brush up. Like, as I've said, I've got really coarse eyebrows, so it doesn't work as well. Like, I've got quite a lot of hairs on my eyebrows, so people with like a lot finer eyebrows, this looks a lot better. I also kind of like twist it up just to catch the hairs a bit more. It's not for me to... Okay, so this is my final look. I'm probably just going to straighten my hair a bit more. I'm just wearing that crochet top from my mini summer haul. I'm still trying to decide whether it's too small or whether I should get the 10 in it, so that's why it's got the label on it. And then I'm just wearing these vintage reclaimed jeans. They are just these like black mom jeans sort of thing. They're like straight leg jeans. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Now, where is my lip gloss that I need to use? I'm starting to get worried that I have put it inside the Pretty Little Thing parcel that I'm returning. Everyone's looks so like nice and delicate, whereas mine are just big blobs with some hair sticking out the top. Like, see if you ran your finger across my eyebrow, it feels like horsehair. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. It's just this really like thick, coarse hair. They're like straight leg.